Welcome back to My Life with Plants. I'm Newman. Today is a good day to give some of the plants some Dolomite lime. And this is the horticultural form. Get the camera on there. You can see it's kind of a very fine powder, and there is larger particles in there. So you notice it's been put into this bottle. Kind of settles on the bottom. I put a generous amount in the water because a lot of these are just cacti that are, orchids that are mounted, so they need to get it somehow onto their roots. This is about a measurement there is a gram, so I put about 3 grams in each bottle, and away we go. Sorry about my microphone, but there are times there where the microphone doesn't activate for some reason. I'd like to introduce you to 2 new plants. Maybe you've seen them before, maybe you haven't, but they are well worth growing because they have such beautiful fragrant flowers. I've got my notes here because I don't even say this name too often, but this is given to me as a cutting, and that's the cutting there. You can see this piece with that label on it. And so far it's grown into this very tropical epiphyllum that's native to Mexico. So it loves high humidity, watering when it dries out, being an epiphyte. Put it in an epiphytic mix like that, barky mix. And its name is Epiphyllum chrysocardium. And this was a free cutting that I thought was the typical epiphyllum that has the much broader, thicker leaves that you normally buy, and I thought it was one of those. Actually, that cutting was a Disocactus, which is also an epiphyllum, but it did not stand the summers, no matter where I put it. I have to put it into a much cooler, shadier area. But these ones are doing fine. So this one's going to get some of this water here. You can also see it's got a sedum. It has a sedum. Call it the donkey's tail sedum. It is growing in there too. Come on, brain. Also, that's more of a lithophytic sedum growing on steep cliff walls and isolated, hard to get to parts of Mexico. And the next one up is Epiphyllum Engoleger, which is also native to Mexico, epiphytic epiphyllum that tends to have a few more prickles on it. You can actually get these prickles in your skin and other parts of it. You can see it's rooting out here because it wants to climb. It's a bit of a climber too, and these particular epiphytic cacti have the most gorgeous, big, beautiful flowers that are fragrant. This one will have very large white flowers, and this one will have white with orange to bronze sepals. And there are even ones that have pink flowers too. So this was growing in I got this as actually a freebie too. And what do you know, the freebies are the easiest ones to grow, which I like. So I was started it off in sphagnum moss, and now I put it in a like akadama and kanuma, which is fine for it as long as it's freely draining. So I better move this because you know what I'm like with my feet. Okay. So since I don't have my sprayer today, I just have this. Let me get this one here. Bit of calcium. Why do I use Dolomite lime? Because I don't use it all the time. But it is full of magnesium and calcium. And there's no need to do it every single watering. But when the plants do get it, they will process it and it goes into building up their, or strengthening or hardening off their leaves. So their leaves will keep growing and growing, and there's a point where they'll need a boost, they'll need some more calcium, up to 3 or 4 times, 3 times a year in the water. Or you can sprinkle it 1 gram into the pot directly, which I already did at the very beginning of spring. And what calcium, what that Dolomite lime does is it helps to make the plant able to take up a lot more nutrients and pump it all the way to the leaf tips. It aids in the plant's ability to take up nutrients and water and calcium, magnesium, and the heart of the plant cells. It's a very important nutrient. Yep. So if you do buy your fertilizers, just make sure that they do have calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. And what's the other one? There's one more element. You've got to make sure that they have them in it, and if they don't, you can just apply it like this. Like my rose head. It's at the Daiso shop. They have them. Put them on a drink bottle. It's kind of cooler. It's hot though. It's pretty hot out here, but it's much cooler. The air is cooler. It's just it's starting to get into late September, and the climate changes. It goes from this absolute stifling humidity and heat into a drier climate. Calcium for you guys too. As we get into this season, we don't get as much rain either. Rainfall is minimal. That would be the get a bit more. I was just looking up about Dendrobium kingianum. It said during the hottest part of the year, put it in shaded area, which I've done. You can take temperatures up to 40. Okay. Let it dry out in between waterings. So there could be a problem with me overwatering. Geez, that fungus attack that it had a couple of years ago, that didn't help one bit. It didn't help. But the newest growth on it is looking fine on that one. Okay, I gotta go and get some more. Let's go. Not only that, I got something else to show you, so don't go away. Those of you that have automatic systems, because you have giant, enormous collections, your dosatron. Here it's all done manually because the collection is small. I don't know if I could manage a gigantic collection. I don't know if I could manage something enormous, and if I did, I'd have to have a lanai for sure. And I'd be swept off my feet trying to look after it all. I find that the amount I have now is enough. If I go around and actually see these plants and inspect them and take them down, it takes a lot of time. I can't imagine me in the situation where I have literally hundreds of orchids. That would be pretty hard, and if you do, you've got to check out Dave's Orchid Jungle. Is that what it is? Dave's in Florida. He has a dosatron. He has an episode and introduces it, which the fertilizers get released little by little into the hose system, so that he is able to water, and all he does is just return back to the dosatron to give the ingredients he needs. It's just about slipping out of my hand. And this one. Oh, that's slippery. Okay, just going to show you this. Up, up, up. If you haven't seen it already. First I'll give this guy some water. There you go. Maybe you missed it, maybe you didn't. This is green light. Wow, what a fragrance. I love it. It's almost like candy. Very reminiscent of candy. And you too can have some Dolomite lime on your roots. There you go. It's got a nice root system going there. See that nice green tip? This is a cross between Vanda Vietnamica, native to Vietnam, of course, or southern China, and Vanda falcata, which is the native orchid in Japan. Green light, it's called. You needn't go out and buy this right now just because I'm showing it. You enjoy your big tropical, big Vandas, where I can't, and I have to, you know, do what I pick and choose what I can to grow. But you can rest assured that if I did not have this green light and I lived in Florida, I'd have the big showy Vandas in a heartbeat. But here I'm going to grow little miniatures like this. Yeah. And I wish that wouldn't push on it. So what I'll do is I'll try to turn it around. Put it back. Let's see if that helps. Helps a little bit. And up here in my Clayster cactus Caladamononis. It's native to cliffs. It's a cliff dweller, grown on cliffs, very, very vertical cliffs with big bromeliads. And amongst big bromeliads, usually at the base of them, hanging straight down off cliffs. This one is the one that has to come in during the winter. Unfortunately, it is not that hardy to the cold. Once you go down to freezing. Alright, so that was calcium day for these orchids. And we will see these Kingianum start to bounce back because the days are hanging around a max of 28 degrees and it goes down to about 19. Actually went down to 18 briefly. So ideal for Kingianum. It's going to have a big bounce back and hopefully it'll finish off hardening off these canes. And I did lose some older canes along the way. But what's good about this speciosum here is that this one was pretty tough. And you can see some new growth coming away there. I mean, they got to be tough to put up with the heat on this balcony. Alright. And if you didn't already see, I do have, I can just get around this here. You can see a bulge right there. There's a new cane coming already on this Rhyncholaleo cattleya young Kong, and this is its. Well, it started growing this one actually last winter, and it's matured this bulb. It has this nice sheath here. And then I have this really big one that was given to me, and it's been growing for the past 2 years really well, and it's really grows a lot. So we're growing outside of the pot already, and it does have a sheath, so finally I'm going to see what these flowers look like. And that is Cattleya, Cattleya Denard Blue Heaven, described to me as easy as one of the easiest to grow out of all the orchids she has, and it just keeps growing and growing. And even if it gets beaten up, it'll keep growing. It doesn't set the thing back. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.